Hey everybody, just let you know that I'm a teacher by trade, and I teach high schoolers, and it could be one of the most frustrating things ever teaching somebody in puberty, but also, literally, it is one of the most rewarding occupations and jobs that I ever had. And so, one of the things that happened today is, and I get a lot of great stories about teaching and with my students. And one of the things that happened today was I had a young man, he came in to see me, and I just kind of asked him what's going on in his life. Because they know now that if they're going to come and talk to Mr. Vann, I'm going to be about improving your life. And I want to know, not just are you doing good in class, but are you excelling? Are you the top? Are you a top gun? That's what I call it. Are you a top gun? And so he came in my class and asked him, how you doing? He said, so he's taking American history, and, he said, I think I'm passing. I said, what do you mean you think you're passing? I said, well, you got about a 70? He said, yeah. So I know he got lower than a 70. I'm like, what's going on? Why aren't you excelling? Why aren't you getting A's in your class? I want to know. Young black man. He said, well, Mr. Vann, this is how I looked at it. I told my mom, the first thing I have is God in my life. Second thing I have in my life is basketball. Then after that, everything falls under it. And I said, I'm going to teach you 2 words today. I say, student, athlete. Or I say athlete, scholar, either one. And so, some old heads like us, we heard that before, being a scholar, athlete, or athlete, scholar, which is doing both. And I'm finding out that a lot of young people, especially this generation, do not understand the word both. And they don't understand that you don't have to choose between one or the other, that you can be both. So I just kind of share with them that you can be an athlete scholar. And since you got the athletic part down, let me talk to you about being a scholar. And I explained to them how being a scholar can get you out of the hood. Being an athlete can get you out the hood. But when you combine both of them together to be a student athlete, a scholar, and an athlete, you form an alliance between these two that not only will get you out of the hood, but it will propel you and open doors for you. Not only that, I shared them how to use Siri on the phone. I said, what type of phone you got? Because they got a phone. And so he said, I got me an 8X or something. Like he got something, I forgot, whether 8 or 9 or 10. He got one of those phones. It wasn't a low budget phone. I said, okay. I said, go to notes. So he go to notes. I'm not even looking at him. So he go to notes. I said, now hit the microphone. The little icon look like a microphone. So hit the microphone. I said, now, why can't you read your notes for American history into notes and email them to you? And he just kind of looked at me. So today what we did was I showed him how to use notes. I showed him how to use the microphone, showed him how to do, spell correct, showed him how to email it to himself. And then I showed an example how I use it in my life, how I use notes. And so that's what he did. And then we clicked it off, and I showed him, and he looked at me, and he said, Mr. Vann, you're an old guy, basically. He said, you're not supposed to be knowing nothing about no technology. I said, what I do with technology is that I made it a discipline in my life to keep up, to know how to use technology so that I can keep moving forward. And today I got a chance to pass that on to a young man who you would think know technology, but really didn't understand that he can dictate his notes into his phone, email it to himself, fix grammar changes, using Grammarly, and then he can keep up, just doing 30 minutes a day, and keep up with his work assignment for American history, so he would get off from being at the bottom of the class and propel himself up to the future and to the forefront, and that he may be a scholar athlete. This is what I do.
A lot of people don't realize the value of it.